Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR5 on the PS4 side, and we are at round number 10, the halfway stage of the season, the last round before the mid-season break. And what a better way to end the first half of the season off by being at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix, the home of motorsport. It held the first Grand Prix in 1950 and is hosted British Grand Prix for quite a while now. So I am very looking forward to this race to see what is going to happen. So I am Jess, I'll be your commentator as per usual. And it's nice to see a few people in the chat already. We've got William, who's a regular person in the streams, which is great to see. So it is dry qualifying at the moment, and I will check the weather in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to go on board with a hot lap around Silverstone with Ronline. So I really want to get a hot lap in. So you're approaching turn 1, which is Abbey. Now Abbey, you don't have to brake as much through Abbey. Going through here, turns 2 and 3, that is where you got to take most care. It kind of reminds me of China, where it was like the S section, but it was more difficult. So you're going past the Wellington Straight now, and you got the first DRS straight of the course. Be careful not to get to the curb a little bit. Go to the left-hand side, then to the right, and then go through into Luffield, and then approaching Woodcote, going through the back straight here. Getting on the power then as quick as you can, and then going into Cops Corner. This is where we see a lot of incidents in the past, really, as we've got People's Big Corner. And then another S section, we've got Maggots and Beckett, and then all the way through to Chapel. Going into 5th gear here, then 6th he chose to, and then go to the right hand side, then all the way to the left, about to go past the Hangar Straight, and then going on to Stowe. Stowe is where we'll see quite a few overtaking opportunities this race, so we will keep an eye on that surely. Going through Vale and to Club then, as he goes towards the final corner. We'll see what lap time he's going to set right off the bat. It's a 1:27.0, and that puts him on provisional part at the moment. So that is a good lap time, to be honest. I'm going to see if anyone else is on a lap that I could follow anyway. We've got Pete, speed 19 in the mediums, but he's on his out lap at the moment, so I won't follow him. As IXE Fun, he scored his first point in France. He wasn't here last week, so he's going to hopefully continue the momentum that he's had for the last few races. So we'll have to wait and see how he does. He comes across the final corner now. I need to turn the sound up a little bit actually, because it's a bit too quiet. There we go. So he just set a 1:28.1 on softs. Now it is a one-stop strategy no matter what, because Pirelli take the 3 hardest tyres to Silverstone each year. It's the same for the last game. It was soft, mediums and hards last game. This game is obviously soft, mediums, hards, but it's the C1s, the C2s and the C3s. Don't know why they always bring it every year, but it's one of those tracks where you can definitely do soft to mediums. You can do soft to mediums, medium to softs very well. I don't think many people will be touching the hards today in this tier, if I've got to tell you, unless we see an instant in lap 1. So just keep an eye on that. We expect the soft runners, well, I'll actually go through the strategy when we get to the formation lap, just to give you an idea. So, and there's Matt in the chat saying, oh, when do they expect the rain to come? Well, I don't know. I haven't heard. I'm going to check the chat, actually. I need to check the Twitter chat to see, because my phone has been playing up a lot recently, so I need to update it after the stream. But, yeah, it's been having issues recently. Twitter has been playing up quite a bit. So I'm just going to check. It is full dry. So it's dry, quali, dry race. So no rain is expected, which I'm quite shocked about, because it always rains on the game in Silverstone. So yeah, it might be just my luck on this game when I commentate or when I race in ILR that it doesn't rain. So they can thank me later. As I think everyone is going to dive into the pits now, except Abassi is I'm across the line P6 at the moment. So no one has beaten Abassi, I think no one's beaten one line's time. As I was just saying there, Milos has just come with a 1:26.8. That is pretty good lap time off the bat on the soft tyres. I think a lot of people, I'm guessing, want to start on the soft tyres, but I guess they started their first few laps on it, and they probably chosen the softer option when it came to the tyre selection, so they have more soft to play with. You'll get more softs anyway, whatever option you choose, but you'll get more if you go on the softer option, which is what most of these guys have chosen to do. Now, we've got a new full-time driver who was reserved, but he's now full-time. It's Zach Jarvis. Unfortunately, he binned it on the first corner, so unfortunately he had to retire. So he'll be starting from the back of the grid. Now, I need to check if there was, there was one penalty that was carried over to this race, and I'll need to check what penalty it is, so I will find out for you. So if I go on to ILR5 and let me just check. So basically there was a penalty given to Sam Saunders last race. He's got it was 10 seconds added to his final race time, so it's nothing to do with this race, but since everyone is here pretty much, he's not racing tonight, but so that's not really going to affect him in the future, but it's just 10 seconds added to his final race time. So that was a little bit of an update there. That's all the penalties given so far. Jay Carty, I believe, is on a lap as well. He's running out. He's run out a bit of fuel as well. But I remember watching the F1. I think I watched a bit of the F1 Esports catch up this morning before work, and the Silverstone race was amazing. So I really do hope we get to see something similar. Hopefully we can see some great overtakes and battle for the lead and stuff like that. So Jay Carty comes across the line in 4th then. I think everyone else goes dive into the pit, so as he's cut the corner. So Kyler Man could be on the lap, maybe not. So I'm going to go through the standings because we're on a bit of a lull at the moment. So currently in the lead with 106 points is Dan, ILRT Dan in the Red Bull. Closely followed by Callboy, a 10-point gap on 96 points in the Mercedes. 3rd place is Milos in the Williams with 76 points. 4th place is Jack Hawkey in the McLaren with 64 points. 5th is Ron Line in the Toro Rosso with 51 points. 6th place is Jay Carty in the Alpha with 47 points. He has gained 2 positions based on his good performance from last race, so well done to him. And we got Huberto in 7th place on 42 points. 8th place is Speed Knighton with 39 points. I just like literally everyone's going out now or going into the pits. I need to find someone. There we go. 9th place is Khalifa with 37, also with Cola Man as well, also on 37. 11th place is Casper in the Mercedes with 34 points. 12th place is Pinsky with 33 points. 13th place is Abassi with 29 points. 14th place is Sam, who is now a full-time driver in the Racing Point with 25 points. 15th place is Swimmy in the Haas with 24 points. 16th place is Aero Specialist in the Williams with 14 points. 17th place is Cam K in the Haas with 10 points. 18th place is F-Boy with 9 points in the Toro Rosso. 19th place is RXC Fun in the Renault with 4 points. And Zach Jarvis yet to score. So, but he's going to have a tough task to try and get some points. I do believe Dan's on the lap at the moment, but I think he's not improving. Actually, he isn't. He lost it a bit in the first sector, but he's improved quite a bit. 4 attempts in that second sector. So he's gained quite a bit on the hanger straight there and going towards Stowe. As he goes towards Vale and Club now. See how he approaches this corner. Another tricky corner to get right here. I absolutely love his helmet, by the way. So here he goes. So he comes across the line now. 1:27.0. That puts him P6. Khalifa, where is he? He's going past Stowe as well. He's improved by 2 tenths so far this lap. Can he improve any more? A lot of people tend to find some time in the final sector as well. So anyway, it is, I think, a 1:27.1. Yes, 1:27.1 for Khalifa, so he has improved. Can Ronline improve? What can Ronline be a good challenge actually? But anyway, Colo Man is P2 at the moment, which is pretty good. Now, Colo Man is P10 in the McLaren at the moment with 37. So, if he gets P2 today, he can climb up high in the standings, which will be very good for him. As we've got Victin that keeps leaving the session. So, no, we don't want that to happen, I've got to say. So, yes. And I'll just quickly go through the constructors as well, but we'll see how Ronline is doing on his lap as well. But I'll go through the constructors. So we've got Red Bull, who is leading with 139 points. Second place is Racing Point, 137 points. Third place is Mercedes, 130 points. Fourth place is Williams, 90 points. Fifth place is Alfa Romeo, 89 points. Sixth place is Ferrari, 76 points. Joint with McLaren as well on the same amount of points. 8th place is Toro Rosso with 60 points. 9th place is Renault with 44 points. And 10th place is Haas with 34 points. So, gap between Red Bull and Racing Point is extremely close. So, the Red Bulls of Dan and Victin today, because Victin is filling in for Pinsky. So, they got to pull up all the stuff to get some points for the constructors to try and extend their lead a little bit. And Sample, he's at the fourth Racing Point. And Zach is retired, so I think the gap might extend, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. So let us know your thoughts in the chat, who you think is going to get pole position. Get your predictions in, and I'll get you a shout out. I'll get you a shout out, a proper shout out, if you get predictions closely, the closest prediction, as it were. So 4 minutes remaining. Everyone's going to dive into the pits now. Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want to go onto someone's profile. Thank you very much. I always tend to do it every week on PS4. I always end up clicking on other things, which just drives me up the wall, really. But anyway, so Sumi has got a lot of work to do, but knowing him, I've got a little bit of faith, because I always want to see, to be honest, I always want to see an underdog do well in ILR races, because it just brings a lot of glory. And it's a lot of people's home races as well. So if anyone wants to win a race, it's either Monaco or your home Grand Prix. So for most of these guys, it's their home Grand Prix. But we've got quite a few. Always, I think Swimmy has cut the corner there. So I doubt. I don't know. Is that invalidated? I'm not sure. He's turned his ZRS down a little bit, so I'm guessing he's going to keep going. Yes, he is going to keep going towards Vale and Club. Yes, he is. But we'll see anyway. But I don't think he's gained that much time. Actually, he has. 1:27.3, so it must be not too bad though. So well done to him. Now Casper is in the pit, and so is Aero Specialist. But I think we've got Victin, who I believe is back, so that's good. So hopefully he can get a clean lap in. These guys haven't got much to get a lap in. Everyone's on the soft compounded tyres. There's literally no one on the mediums at the moment, but there's still people in the pit, and I'm a bit worried for them that they're not going to get their laps in time. I made the exact same mistake in ILR8, where I thought I had enough time to go out on the final set of the soft compounded tyres, but I didn't. And I literally come across the line with 1 second to spare. It was heart-wrenching. Absolutely actually, no, it was absolutely gut-wrenching. So I hope these guys don't experience that. So it was kind of like a Monza moment for me, except that it was my fault that I came out too late. I could have gone on another set of softs, but I was an idiot and forgot to do that. So yeah, lessons learned. Make sure you leave enough time. Oh, Jack Hawkey has got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. Okay, I was not expecting that, but at least Victin has got a lap in. Look at the times. Let me just get the gap to the leader. 9/10 separate the top 15. And look at the gap between first and fourth as well. Are we going to see Austria all over again, where the times are just that close? I'm liking this tier so much. Don't forget, this is another track where they had to do time trial early on in the year for season 6. So we should be able to see true representative times on their pace, really. So be good to see. So hopefully Aerospecialist will get Aerospecialist will get a lap in time anyway. I believe Coleman's on the lap at the moment. Yes, he is. I don't think he's going to improve though as he goes past Maggots and Cops and then Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. So it is everyone's last push really, just to get their laps in. They just want to use every fibre of their being pretty much. They don't want to bottle it. As Swimmy has just bottled it as he's just retired from the session there. So what is Coleman going to do across the line then? So I think he's got one more chance after this. He doesn't improve yet. And I don't think he is going to improve because he's dropped down his ERS. So as Dan is reset to 3 now. He's got DRS. I think it's going to be his last chance to get a lap in. So I think he might just about make it. I don't know if he's fast enough, but we'll see. As long as he makes these corners right, we'll see. We've got yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. I don't know what happened there. But I think he's just made it. Yes, he's just made it. So he's got time for one more lap. Unfortunately, Jay Carty and Oberto won't be able to make it. But anyway, as Coleman slowing down, I guess he wants to dive into the pits. We've got Milos going through the hangar straight. He's 76 thousandths behind Ronline in first place at the moment. Can he challenge? He's the one who's been doing very well and scored consistently this season in the Williams. So we'll see what he does in the number 50 car. So he comes across the line now. It is a 1:26.5 from Milos. Can Ronline do anything about it? We'll have to wait and see. He's going to come across the final few corners then. The grandstands are raving. They want to see their boy Ronline do well. Can he do it? Can he get pole? No, he doesn't improve. Well, he does improve, but I think it might be invalidated. I don't know. And I don't think Coleman's going to improve with anyone else on a lap. And I know of. No. So, your pole man for today is Milos. He's got quite a few pole positions, I believe, this season. So, he's going to look very good for the race then. And like I said earlier, if you just joined us, I will go through the race strategy at some point as well. So let's see. Some of you got your predictions for the race, the quali. Let's know your predictions for the race. When I predict, it usually goes horribly wrong, so I'm not going to. It's probably going to jinx people knowing me. So I think Milos has an Ayrton Senna helmet. Like it. Absolutely like it. And I recently changed my helmet recently as well. So loving it, loving it, loving it. So we have got Milos, who takes pole by 1/10 of a second to Ronline in P2. Coleman P3, Khalifa P4, Callboy P5, Dan P6, Speed 910 P7, Jay Carty P8, Sam P9, Jack P10, IXE Fun P11, Swimmy P12, Roberto. Look at the gap between 1st and 16th. That's crazy. And we've got Victim P14, Cam K15, S-Boy 16th, Abassi P17, and we've got Zach starting in last place. Now Matt has just put a random guess in the chat, and he thinks that Pete is gonna win. Pete did well last week actually. Pete got his best result of the season. It was either I think it was either last week or the week before where he got his best result of the season, which he was very impressed with. So, you know, that is not a bad prediction, I must say. So, good job, guys. But let's see if these guys get it right. Coming up soon as well. As I will give you a chance to go through, I'll actually go through the strategies. So, the strategy is they're either likely to do soft to mediums if they're starting on the softs, or mediums to soft if they start on the mediums. Any one of those strategies can work out fine. If you go on the softs, you are going to go onto the softs to the mediums from around about lap 10 to 13. If you were to do mediums to softs, you will go on the softs around about between lap 16 to 20. That will be the pit window to go onto the softs until the end. Softs could only last 12 laps. Mediums could last 21 laps, 22 laps. And hards could last the whole race. So that just gives you a lot of idea. There may be people that's tuned in that want to know, what could be the strategy for your ILR race, but I've just given you some tips. I've given you like the possible strategies here, so that should help you quite a bit. And I will be introducing the supercharger board again. Well, I need to get my chair closer. There we go. I need to get my chair closer to the mic there, because I was not getting that comfortable there for a minute there. And for those of you that was wondering how my ILR8 race went earlier, it could have been better. I think I could have timed the strategy a bit better. I could have gone, I think, a few laps earlier, and I could have caught up to the car behind. I could have gained a position, but to be honest, I had a lot of fun that race. I had some great battles. It was brilliant. I mean, it was better than what happened last season, where I was literally causing carnage everywhere. Unintentionally, of course, but it was raining last season, whereas this season it wasn't. So that just gives you an idea. So we are about to get underway. I hope you're all hyped for the race as I am, as we're waiting for the last few drivers to get into their grid slots for the start of the race then. 26 laps ahead of us. Most people want to do well at this track. There is almost a full grandstand here tonight, so these guys want to do well. So the 5 red lights are about to come up on your screen right now. Here they come. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it is lights out, and away we go here in Britain. And Coleman's got to a very good start. Milos has dropped a little bit there, as I think we've got some debris already losing it. Oh my god, what is going on? I think we're okay. Oh no, Bassi's dropped it, and so is Alberto as well. But I'm seeing Kamke trying to make his way up the field. Another big gainer from last week. He's going to try and go around the inside of the Sauber then, as he's going to try and do it. But meanwhile, Ronline, it was down in P3. He was P2, now he's down to P3, but he's under pressure from the 2 Ferraris then coming up, going towards past Woodcote and then onto Copse Corner. Khalifa is going to use the slipstream. No DRS enabled at the moment. He's going to use the team for backup, but meanwhile Dan is also going to be hungry for this as well. He's going to have a slice of the party as well. We got yellow flag in. Oh no! What's happened to Coleman? Let me see if I can go on. Whoa. What happened there? I think something happened between the Renaults and Coleman. So Coleman was off to a very good start, but unfortunately, it didn't materialise, sadly. And I think Zach Jarvis started from last place. He's up into 14th. And he's going to gain another position. Yes, he is. He just got past Mercedes of Casper. So there he goes. He's now behind his teammate now. He's going to have his teammate for company, which is good to see. And, oh, we've got another retirement as Roberto is out of the sessions. We got virtual safety car then. So, similar to what happened in my race, where there was a virtual safety car as well. So the ones that were involved in the battle will have to slow down a little bit to a positive delta. As all, we got a lot of retirements already. As ILR5 Fun is not going to keep his momentum going because he's retired from the session 2. So that is a shame. But oh well, he can come back in about a few weeks' time as we're just waiting. I think the safety car's ended, I don't know. Or is it still, it's still saying set to 1 yellow flag for me. So someone might have retired from the pit lane. Meanwhile, let's watch some battles happening. So we've got so many good battles already in this track. Callboy's going to be catching Pete. And Pete's going to be catching Dan. He's going to find and wait for this opportunity. This is great. This is fantastic stuff already. And I think Casper's just got past. Oh, no, Casper didn't get... he got past Zach, but he didn't get past... Oh, Zample. What happened to Zample? Oh, Sample's gone into the pits. So, Sample, I think, must have had front wing damage. And I think Cola-Man had a lot of dirty air, I think, which didn't help him that much, which was a shame for Cola-Man. I think that was a response to that. And looks like Jack's going to get in position as well. He's gone past Cam in the Haas. So he's on the soft tyres. Now, going through the strategy, Sam is going on to the hards. So he's going to make it to the end of the Grand Prix. But we've got the top 9 at the moment on the softs. We've got Cam K, Swimmy, Casper, and Zach on the mediums. We've got Aero Specialist on the softs. S-Boy on the mediums. We've got Abassi on the softs. And obviously Sam on the hards. So, sorry I forgot to tell you the strategy beforehand. As in the tyres beforehand, but there we go. So, I think Jack has just dropped a little bit. Oh, Callboy just disconnected there. Hopefully he can join back. Because he's got Victin right behind him as well, which he's got past with. It's a shame if people lose it due to DC. It's just a bit of a shame for people to lose it there. As he's lost another position to Jay Carty, so he could come back. He can come back. I'm sure he can come back. As there was almost a swerving move between Zach and Aero Specialist there, but that was very close. And Jack and Callboy going at it again, but no, it wasn't because it's a Callboy's ghost again. And we got yellow flag. Oh, Bassie's out as well. Right, what happened there? Let's see if I can go on board with Sam to see if I can catch him. I don't think I can. I think that's the annoying thing. That it's through sector 3. I think his car must have gone, so I can't find it. Oh, I see a yellow flag. Oh, it's gone now. His car's gone. But we got some more battles to attend to. I think, is Callboy back? Yes, Callboy's back. So that is good news. So that means we've got Cam K absolutely challenging the almighty. He's been so good in terms of race pace at the moment. His 1 lap pace has not been the best, but his race pace has been absolutely brilliant. And we've got yellow flag in sector 2. Not sure what will happen there. DRS is now enabled now, so they can really start to hammer it home and start pushing when they need to. As Cam K bumps the ERS up motor 3. Is he going to bump it up to 4? We'll see. If he go past Stowe. No, he backs out a little bit there. As Callboy, I think, is lagging a little bit there, which might... But it might be fine on their end, but it probably might not on our end. But I don't know. As we possibly might get a different view on that one. So, Cam K is doing well in 10th place. I think he's won the Supercharge Award, you know. Let me just check. Oh, I forgot how you check position changes. No, it's not Cam K. It's Aero Specialist. Oh, and we lost another driver. That is Zach Jarvis. I'm seeing if I won't be able to see, I don't think. No. So already we're down to 15 drivers. So that is quite a lot of retirement in the space of 5 laps already. Insane. Absolutely insane. So, lap 5 then. Who Milos still having the edge on Ronline then. 6/10 of a second. Oh, that was a bit of a slide from Ronline. Which I think that's what caused him to get a penalty. He must have corner cutted some other place around the circuit as well. He's already dropped a bit of time to Milos actually, 1.1 seconds. If he's not careful then, Khalifa can catch up from all his might as well. As Jay Carty and Vitin also having a little bit of a scrap as well. We're seeing how Vitin does in the Red Bull. Vitin doing quite well. Or again, another slide from someone. Again, that was from Vitin though. Yellow flag or Jack. I think Jack has had a little bit of an off, but luckily I think he's gone back on the circuit and he is back to normal. And we got another Matt actually in the chat, Matter, who's saying, "Come on, Dan." And believe it or not, Dan is P4 at the moment, so he's not doing too bad. I do believe he'll still be leading the championship if he stays like this. So he's doing quite well to keep it consistent at the moment, and he's catching up to the Ferrari quite quickly. So also let me know as well if you want me to update you on your favourite drivers. Just let me know, and I will tell you. I think the other close battle is between the two Hasses. Oh no, Vitin! Oh, he spinned it through Cop's corner. He had an off. I don't know if it was his own fault or he had contact with someone, but that was awful. You can see it again on, oh my God, as S-Boy, I think, went off the circuit a bit. He tried all he can to avoid that. My oh my. I'm surprised that we've had more retirements around Silverstone. I thought we would have less retirements around Silverstone, but obviously not. So we're already down to 14 drivers. My oh my. But it's about quality at the end of the day, and we're seeing some good racing today. So let's jump back to a very tense battle for the points actually, which is between Aero Specialist and Jack Corky. So Jack Corky's 8 seconds. He's gained 5th position. Aero Specialist has gained a 9. So that is good work from the Williams pair. Obviously the Williams not doing so well in real life, but I'm glad that the Williams are doing well in this game anyway. So that is great anyway. So is he going to gain on Jack Corky? Actually, Jack Corky is much closer to the Haas cars. So because we got the Haas cars behind, he can make everyone. He can see if any of these guys make a mistake. He's on 50%, 56% ERS. How about the other Haas cars? Swimmy is on less ERS at the moment. And saying that, Jack Corky has got a 3-second time penalty. Hey, Wes, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you in the stream. Good to see you. A familiar face that I know from the F1 community. Great to have you on board. And all you're supporting Dan as well. Well, we have a lot of Dan fans in the chat tonight. I think Dan will be happy about that. And we've got Callboy into the pits then. So he's got a set of mediums. A lot earlier than I thought. So is it a front wing change? No, it's not. It's way earlier than I thought. I thought people on the softs will be about lap 12. But again, the mediums can last 22 laps. So the mediums can definitely make it to the end. But how much will it affect the tyre wear? It will be up to Callboy. Will his decision pay off? We shall see anyway. As we got Jack. Oh, Swimmy's lost it. He's lost it in Luffield. I can't remember the names of the corners. I'm not the best, to be honest. I think I know the corners off by heart in Silverstone from cops onwards. Why did I say upwards? I don't know. But he's losing a bit of time. He was fighting his teammate, which means his teammate is up into 7th place. But bearing in mind, most of these guys have yet to make their pit stop, as most of them will be pitting in the next couple of laps or so. We've got our first casualty of the speeding in the pit lane club today, which is Khalifa. It is a short pit entry. People get caught out by it. I got caught out by it by qualifying, but luckily it was a warning. And luckily it didn't happen in the race, because otherwise I would have been absolutely screwed. So thank goodness it didn't happen in the race. But Aero Specialist then hunting down on the McLaren then. The greatest teams in motorsport, with so many drivers and constructors championships in real life to date for both of them all together, all under one roof. And I don't think Big W's in this tier. I think he's in another tier. Or it might be a gamer tag that I don't know about. I think Big W's in ILR6, I think. I'm not sure. But unless he changed gamer tag, so yeah, you are. I thought so. I had a feeling, Big W, that you were in ILR6, so yeah. So lap 9. This race has gone so quick so far. It's great to see. And we've got the 2 leaders then. Both the leaders are coming in for their pit stops. So I've timed the strategy definitely wrong then. And so here comes Jack Corky as well. Pete also gets into the pits as well. Jack also gets a speeding penalty. Don't forget, with speeding penalties, you can choose to serve it if you make another pit stop, or you can have it so it adds 5 seconds at the end. Usually if it happens to me, it adds 5 seconds to the end. Oh no, Casper! What's happened to Casper? Okay. Can I see what happened? We've got yellow flag is set to 1. I'm just going to see where he's... Oh! Oh, wait a minute. I think it was just on the right-hand side. I couldn't quite glimpse that by the second. Don't forget, there's also ILR4 happening at the same time. So if you want to watch that at the same time, please feel free. I won't be offended if you watch ILR4 as well, because we like to support all tiers in ILR anyway. So, you know, just have both streams on at the same time. That should sort your problem. And then just swap between the two. That's what I mostly do if there's 2 tiers on at the same time. Just watch them both and then just change between the 2. So, pit stops. So, Dan is pitted, so is Milos. So, Milos is ahead of Ronline, obviously. And we've got Jay Carty and Aero Specialist making their pit stops. They're probably going to come behind them. So, pretty much the top 4, the net top 4 at the moment stay as they are, as they go the mediums till the end of the race. But to be honest, not going to lie, it is going to be a very difficult end to the race for these drivers. So we will need to watch out. So the ones who pitted later would benefit. And for some of these guys, mediums to softs could work out as well. If they're in the top 10 and started on the mediums, it could really help them. So Cam K and Swimmy are in the lead at the moment on track, but again, they still have to pit. But let me look, say gap to leader. But I know the pit is quite long in Silverstone, which is about 24 seconds. So Cam K will come out just behind Corboy, I think. As, oh no, you lost the rear, Casper. Oh no. What a shame, Casper. To be honest, I think when people are on the softs for a long time, if you're on the wheel, and on any tyre actually, if you're on the wheel, the rears tend to go first. You always lose the back end a lot. And that's why I lose it, to be honest. So I just tend to lose it there more than any other track, really. So Cowboy's twitching. Oh, he's lagging quite a bit there. It might be my end, to be honest. Well, it might be just this track that's lagging, but I don't know. So not much happening on circuit at the moment apart from Jay Carty and Cowboy, but I don't think Cowboy is doing enough to catch to Jay Carty. Jay Carty, don't forget, is on fresher tyres, so Jay Carty wasn't able to do the undercut on Cowboy, so we'll see anyway. So let us know who's been your standout performance so far here in ILR5. He's going to get DRS soon anyway, but not yet. As Orby's got the rev glitch. I don't want him to have the rev glitch, so I'm going to leave him alone for that one. And I think Ronline is catching to Milos as well, 1.8. So I hope we can see a battle between Milos and Ronline towards the end of this race as well. Dan is about 1.36 behind Khalifa. I don't think Khalifa's going to catch up to Ronline though. Because again, but what I've learned in the last couple of races actually, it is not about how long these tyres go on for. Some people can go on tyres for longer due to the fact that their setup is designed to do that. They may have a different setup, they may have a different driving style that either causes them to have more wear in the tyres or have less wear in the tyres. So, you know, it is very important to get the setup right. So don't look at these laps, just look at these, how many laps they've done on those tyres with a pinch of salt. Because you might have a different driving style to these guys. I definitely have a different driving style to these guys. These guys can push it a lot longer than I have. So, yeah. So we're pretty much halfway into this race already. Time flies when you're having fun. As can Cowboy find the necessary ground? As Jay Carty almost went into the old pit entry there, which was I think was it the national? I'm getting the track names mixed up, but it's because if you guys play iRacing, which I play iRacing from time to time, but not quite a lot. If you play iRacing, the first corner in Silverstone is usually cops, so I get a bit confused. Cowboy almost hanging on there, but again, not quite enough to conceive the position. He's going to try to go through Vale. Oh, Jay Carty lagging as well. I think it might just be my end, but I'm not sure. But we'll see anyway. As Cowboy is going through, I think they're going through sets 1. Yes, they are. And Wes has just said in the chat, do you still compete? Yes, I do. I still compete in ILR8 on a Thursday night. I do it before I do commentary. A few people ask, how on earth do I balance commentary and racing on the same night? I don't know. And also some people ask, what do you prefer to do first, commentary or racing? I prefer to do commentary first because I get to see it gives me an idea on which strategy works best. And then I could be like, this strategy doesn't work well, I won't try that, etc. So, yeah. And by the way, Big W, I'm a girl, not a boy. Well, woman. So, yeah. So, that just answered a few of your questions there, whilst we're at the moment. So let's just also look at the biggest gainers and the biggest losers. So obviously Jack has gained 5, Specialist has gained 9, and S-Boy has gained 3, but again it might change when these guys go into the pits. S-Boy will gain no matter what because everyone else below him will have retired. As Swimmy then goes into the pit, so I assume Cam K will pit a lap later, which is what was expected because I think most of the medium runners who have been on the medium since the start will pit around about this time. So, yeah, big brain move. Yeah, I can agree with that. And what if you guys were in that situation if you had to do commentary and racing on the same night? Which would you prefer? Get your thoughts out in the chat or in the comments. So anyway, Pete is not giving up on Dan, isn't he? He's got to find some time with seeing if his tyres on the same amount of tyres. So it will come down to pretty much the setup of these cars, really. So for those who just joined us, welcome. As I'm just going to, I'll just look. Everyone has stopped now except Cam K, and Milos has been pretty much leading since the very start of this race. He's been the net leader. He's kept it under control. He had a good start. Coleman had a good start, but unfortunately, he had a bit of dirty air, which I think caused him to retire. As we've got a final person making. So Cam K is going to be on fresher soft, so I do believe he's going to go for fastest lap, so we'll see where he comes out. He has been the biggest gainer last week in Austria. Austria, I think, was one of my favourite races of the season. It had some great action, I must admit. Oh, actually, I think it might have been Bahrain. So I think Cam K is going to come just ahead of Sam. Yes, just about as well. Oh, my God. So this could be very intense. Battle for the points. Let me just check penalties between Cam K and Sam a minute. So Cam K has 1 penalty and 1 warning at the moment. And Sam just has warnings. So Sam will be ahead of Cam K anyway. But I think Cam K would really want to pull away from Sam as soon as he can. Someone has asked, anyone knows the ILR5 standings? I've already went through at the start of the stream, but I'll just go through the top 3 quickly whilst the action's died down a bit. Poor boy could catch up though, so I will go on board with him. Actually, let's go on board with him as Jay Carty closed the door there, but unfortunately a bit too little too late there. Can Jay Carty get the switchback? No, he can't. He's going to try again to the outside, but doesn't quite do it. It's Corboy. He's up into 6th place in the Mercedes car. So he's done the move that he needs to do, which was absolutely brilliant. He has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. So already Peter's doing a great job. He's up into 5th. I haven't seen what the penalties are for the top 5 as Swimmy is 129.9. So I'm guessing a lot of people on the soft tyres will be going for fastest lap, and Cam K I think has a bit of a shot as well. So let me go through the standings again. So Dan is leading the championship with 106 points. If he stays like this, he's going to be ahead of Corboy, but I think Milos, actually no, you'll still be ahead of Milos because there's a 30-point gap between Milos and Dan, so Dan will still be ahead anyway. If the results stay like this, as long as Dan doesn't drop that. So he's still in 4th for the moment. Khalifa, he is in at 9th in the championship. He can get more positions, gain more position in the championship if he keeps this up. He is on for podium position at the moment, and he wants that podium. Don't forget, for those of you that don't know him, he was ILR7 champion last season. I raced against him. Racing against him meaning that he lapped me quite a lot. But there we go. Just to tell you the point, I didn't get laps in Silverstone. which I was quite happy about. I was scared I was going to get lapped in Silverstone, but I didn't. So I'm really chuffed about that. Anyway, going off topic there. So I think Jack, I did see a McLaren battle, another McLaren battle. Was it Jack? Or was he in traffic? Or it might be, no, it's not a Renault because both Renaults are out of the race. I did see an intense battle happening. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Pete is right on Dan's tail at the moment. Dan's nose. So Pete's going to give it all his might here. Dan's going to give it all his might. They're both quick drivers. I know what they can do. They want to try and keep it consistent. Pete's got to be on really good form recently. So is Dan. Actually, I think Dan had a DNF last week. Oh, Pete almost slid through Chapel there. But luckily he was able to keep it together. He's got DRS on Dan though. Is he going to make the lunge? Coming into Stowe. He's going to try around the outside. Dan defends to the inside, which is really good choice for Dan there. Can Pete come back at him at the start-finish straight? Don't forget, there's only 2 DRS straights. They removed the DRS straight of turn 1 this season. So there's no DRS straight there. So it's going to be really hard as Speed almost had the edge on Dan for a minute there. So Wes in the chat is telling Dan to stay strong. It's great to see those two battling. As long as none of these guys make a mistake, they should be all good. It looks like they're doing all right so far. So, as I think Pete's gaining. He's now 4 tenths. But I wonder if Dan is gaining more on the straight, I think. Because, yeah, you can see Dan starting to pull away on the straight. So, he's definitely gaining more on the straights. So, now gap down to 5 seconds. Oh, that was close. Most of these you can only put the brakes up a little bit. I think there's certain corners where you have to hold on the brakes too much. We'll see. He's got the DRS now, but I think he's a little bit too further away to catch up to Dan. I think that mistake he had done in Cops might have costed him a little bit, which is a bit of a shame, but luckily I think he can bounce back. As I think it's a dry race in ILR4 as well. So has it rained? So the only time it has rained is the PC side. Typical. But there we go. As Dan's gone wide. Dan's gone wide. Pete's going to go around the outside. And there we go. Pete has overtaken Dan. That is not what you want to do right now. But Dan's going to come back surely. But not quite. That means Dan is now going to be the prancing horse. I think he just lost the rhythm there, which is a bit of a shame from Dan. Knowing him though, he can go back. Oh no, S-Boy's out. He's been on the hards as well. To be honest, he did have a very tricky race from his perspective. Didn't follow much of what's going on it from S-Boy's front. So, but hopefully again, it is Germany next week, and I know he does well in Germany. Actually, no, not next week, the week after. And I've got an announcement to make for next week anyway, because there will still be a stream at this time, just not by me. But I will tell you in a minute. I think Jacko's gonna like that I'm gonna be promoting this. The main reason why I'm promoting it also is because I'm in it. I'm racing, so yeah. So I think S-Boy's retired from the pit lane because there's still a yellow flag in sector 1 which suggests that he's retired. Or he might have retired somewhere else and we don't know about it, but we don't know. So Callboy's now catching up to Dan as well after Dan's mistake. The danger of battling too much with the car in front. you can lose momentum and the cars behind can catch up. And so is the Sauber as well, and penalties can play a very huge part. We haven't seen... I know Jay Carty's got a few penalties. Now, I will get a penalty update in a minute, but I know Online has got penalties, but I don't know how many. Oh, it actually rained in quali in ILR6. Well, to be honest, if it had to rain, it would have to be in quali. I wouldn't have wanted to rain in the race, and nah, I was very lucky. I think me and Matt in the chat, in the party we were in, we were so relieved that it was dry. We were all having a massive cheer. We were going, yes! We were just both so relieved. But anyway, I don't think Cowboy's going to catch up. Look at Aero Specialist and Sample though, going past Stowe. Aero Specialist goes round Sample, and Specialist is in the points pending penalties. Swimby's going to have another go as well. This could be absolutely intense. There's only 12 runners right. Excuse me, I need to get my words right. There's only 12 runners, and 2 people going to lose out the points. Only 2 people. You've only got more chance of getting points than not getting points. If you don't get points, and if you're still running, it's going to be really gut-wrenching. So we will watch it and look at Pete. He's cow. What's happened to Cowboy? I literally just jumped on, and Cowboy's just retired. Cowboy might have been tagged onto someone there. Oh, he almost hit Cabke. Wow. That was a weird retirement, if I say so myself. But yeah, that is down to 11 runners now. So more of a chance of getting points. So will some of these guys will go for fastest lap now, knowing that only you know what I mean. So does Pete have damage after that, or does any of these guys have damage after that? I don't think so. Hopefully we'll get a bit more of a perspective of what happened, and hopefully it should give us a little bit more of an idea, because I am still a bit confused there. But yeah, again, make sure in the next game, please make sure we can see how they retire, because otherwise most of us are going to end up guessing. And we don't want that. Absolutely don't want that. So, but we've got the prancing horses of Pete and J-Card coming at it again then. As S-Boy has left the session, but he's retired anyway, so it does not matter. So, unless Milos makes any mistakes, Milos is definitely going to be the favourite to win. Is there a possible penalty for retiring mid-race? He got collected, I think. He didn't retire by himself. He got collected, I think. So, yeah, I think I didn't quite see all of it. I just jumped and I saw something happening and I had to jump to it very quickly. And then Cowboy was out suddenly, so I didn't see that. Meanwhile, that's not what's important. The battle between Dan and Pete is important. Lap 24, 26 now. They are approaching. They have 2 more laps to make this work. Pete might go for the lunge, potentially, on the final lap, so Dan doesn't have a chance to respond. Which is, I think, to be honest, that's what most people would do anyway. That's what most people would do. As the gap now, 2 tenths. It is catching up. I think Jay Carty's catching up to Pete as well. So Pete and Jay Carty's going to have DRS. Dan isn't. Jay Carty, I think one advantage of being at the back of the field, of this little train as it were, is you're going to conserve more ERS, and it's going to... Oh! What happened to Pete? Pete went off in Chapel. No! That is not what you want to do. And you're going to get Jack Corky, who's on the same amount of tyres, trying to catch up as well. Could this cost... He's lost one position. He could lose another one if he's not careful. So penultimate lap then. This is do or die. But meanwhile, Sam and Swimmy are still going at it. Always a little bit skirmish between the two of them there as they go towards the final corner. I think some of these, don't forget, Sam has been on those hard tyres pretty much the whole race. It is very difficult, even though Pirelli said that they can last for the entire race. We'll see anyway. He's calming edge at the moment. So Sample's gonna go around the inside then. Actually, he's around the outside actually. Tries to squeeze around the inside. Can Swimmy cover it off a little bit? Can he make the switch back? Oh, it's gonna be so close going side by side here. I wouldn't want to be on their shoes because that battle would have been so intense. But I think Sam holds on. Aero Specialist not that far behind Cam either. So let me check penalties actually for Milos and Ronline. So one warning for Milos, one penalty and one warning for Ronline. So and one Khalifa. Khalifa's got 5 seconds to go. So I think the top two is almost certain going to stay as it is, which will be good news for Milos and good news for the Williams team. And most of these guys were hoping, some of these guys were hoping for something better. They were hoping to get a better result. But they have some more time to practice for Germany. They have next week as well. So they have a chance to tune this up a little bit and get it together. But Milos is still gaining. He's still pushing, even though he's right at the front. He really wants to be comfortably out in front. He's been faultless from start to finish. He didn't have to push, but he did push to make sure he keeps his lead. The only time he lost the lead was when the medium runners stayed out. Every other time he's been in the lead, and he fought for it. It wasn't too easy at the start, but when it got towards the middle, he stayed there, and he comes across the line now, and he wins the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. And a massive well done to Ronline as well. He gets P2, which is another podium for him. Khalifa gets P3, but for how long? Let's see. Dan and Jay Carty. That was close, oh my word. 69,000 separated between Dan and Khalifa due to those penalties. If Dan wasn't in that battle, and if Dan was able to push a bit more, he would have got the podium from Khalifa. But 69,000, my oh my. This field is ever so close this season, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So we've got celebrations for the home team of Williams. No Britons in the podium. No Brits on the podium. So the other countries spoiling the party for the Brits today. So well done to them. So I will get the standings for you right now for the race then. And I will tell you who my driver of the day is as well. So Milos wins from Ronline. And we've got Khalifa who gets his second podium of the season. He'll be pretty happy with that. Dan, 4th. Pete, 5th. 2 people without penalties. Jake Artie, P6. Sam, P7. Swimmy, P8. Cam K, 9th. Jack, 10th. Aero Specialist, 11th. Callboy, 12th. S-Boy, 13th. Casper, 14th. And Casper, the first retirement with Bitin, Zach, Abassi, Hiberto, IXE Fun, and Cola Man. And driver of the day, top one. I would have to give it to Milos because he's been so dominant. He kept his lead. He did the strategy well, and he didn't make any mistakes, and he kept consistent, which is important. So that means he's going to close up. He's going to overtake Callboy in the championship, I believe, now. So he's going to be second place behind Dan. So I am looking forward to seeing this championship fight go down to the wire. And I hope you are as well. So don't forget, like I said earlier, no stream for ILR5 next week. We are on a mid-season break next week. But there will still be an ILR stream. There is the ILR5 Lapper Championship, commentated by the legend himself, Owen Wyatt. It's going to be 9 races for 5 laps, chosen by the people taking part themselves. I'm one of those drivers. I can't wait. Should be a laugh. It starts at 6:30 and it finishes at 9:30. So it's going to be a 3-hour stream. So make sure you check that out. 2 of the ILR5 drivers are racing as well. So make sure you come and support those drivers as well. So yeah. And if you want to watch more ILR action this week, we got ILR Xbox at 7:30 tomorrow. More information on where you can find them on Twitch and YouTube or whatever will be on the Twitter about lunchtime tomorrow. And on Sunday will be ILRs 1, 2 and 3 PS4. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Just Games 95, and from an ILR5 perspective, I will see you in 2 weeks today at 8 o'clock for the German Grand Prix. And if it was like what it was in real life, then I am absolutely pumped for the German Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time. So, have a good evening, everybody, and good night.